What's up, friends? Welcome back to 9 3/4. It's Carissa here, and I'm so excited to be back in action finally. I'm not 1,000% better, but I am better. For those of you who've been keeping up with the community tab, I've been sick, so I had to take a little break from filming and things like that, but I'm back. And anyways, I still have a cough that just will not go away. So if you hear me breathe weird or you see like a weird cut, it's because I had to edit out an obnoxiously loud cough. But yeah, hopefully we can get that under control. So anyways, today's video is all about your shadow self. I had to draw some cards for some inspiration as far as like what to really bring you. For some reason, I was not really in the mood to do a monthly predictions video. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel like something that you guys really needed to know. There are lots of amazing readers out there. However, if you guys really want one, just let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to film one for you guys. But today just did not feel like that day for some reason. I felt like there was something much more muchier, if that makes sense, to bring you today. And I've shuffled the particular deck that I used 3 times, and the same card came out 3 times in a row. And that card was Illumination. And what I got from that was that you guys really need to hear something about your shadow selves and shadow work in general, what you need to know, and not really necessarily shadow work that you need, but more so a message from your shadow self and how your shadow self can really strengthen you and make you stronger and take you to places that you never imagined. And a lot of us can see shadow work as something we don't really want to be doing, not something fun, but I really feel like this is something that needed to be heard today, needed to be brought to today. I was someone who did not want to do shadow work. I thought it was scary, not something fun, and definitely not something I wanted to face in the midst of my transformation and going through an awakening or anything like that in my Saturn return especially. And so I definitely feel like this can benefit a lot of you, and I hope that this is something you guys are interested in. And if you are still here listening to this intro, yeah, I just want to start off, or I've already started off, but I just do want to point out, please beware of scammers out there. I will never, ever, ever DM you to solicit you for a personal reading. Those are just scammers. So please know that. And I don't have any backup accounts or anything like that, so I only have these social media accounts on the screen. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing this email on the screen as well. All the information is always going to be listed in the description box also. So thank you guys so much for being with me, supporting me, all of those things. I love you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the pile selection. Okay, starting off with pile 1, we have this cute little hot dog. Pile 2, we have this Chinese takeout box. Pile 3, we have the cheeseburger. Pile 4, we have the milkshake. And as usual, you guys can pause the video here, take all the time you need to choose the pile you feel drawn to the most. I will drop the timestamps down below in the description box and meet you at your reading. What's up, pile 1? If you chose the hot dog, welcome to your reading. I'm going to put your hot dog right over here. You can still see him. And we're going to just dive right on in. I'm going to reveal your cards now. As far as like this card here was who your shadow self is and what your shadow self wants you to know. And then of course we're going to pull some tarot cards. So we have number, let's see, 44, New Pearl. I'm not even going to attempt to read that beautiful word there, those words there, but you have the New Pearl. And then we have 32, Mirror Magic, Lunar Light, Past Lives, Spectrum, Self-Care, and Success. Beautiful. Some of you might have a panther for a spirit animal as well. I don't know why I'm just thinking about Bagheera from this. I don't always think about that as well when I see this card, and I use this deck pretty often. Yeah, tapping into what your shadow self wants you to know, who your shadow self is. Pile 1. I feel like your shadow self has a lot of, well, this card here in particular, you have a lot of grit. Not just your shadow self, but you in particular. And you may be going through quite a bit of hardship or facing a lot of what feels like uphill battles. Like, I'm hearing The Climb by Miley Cyrus. And so that might be a significant song for some of you guys. And this particular card here, I feel like this is really speaking to what you're going through and what you're in the midst of. And some of you might be shying away from the things that are really turning you into this new pearl. And if you're not familiar with how pearls are formed, they're actually a piece of just one grain of sand that gets inside of the oyster, and that sand is considered an irritant. And that irritant is constantly irritating and irritating and irritating inside the oyster. And over time, it becomes this beautiful pearl inside of the oyster. And what I'm getting at here is that you are forming into a beautiful pearl, and it takes that bit of irritation, becoming more and more familiar with discomfort and uphill battles and obstacles, facing things that make you uncomfortable, growth, expansion, and really understanding what it is to become that beautiful pearl. You know, I'm not saying that you're not beautiful otherwise, you know, that not saying that you're not incredible otherwise or magical otherwise, but what I'm saying here is that grit is not something you're just born with. You know, it's something that is gained through experience. And so that is kind of what you are going through with your shadow self, and your shadow aspect is kind of trying to get you more comfortable with this aspect of seeing the beauty in the turmoil, seeing the beauty in the discomfort, seeing the beauty in the irritation and the mundane, or just the things that are really annoying, you know, in your pathway to success. And so if you think about some of the most successful people in life, they have so much grit because they've had to face so much hardship. They've had to face so many obstacles, an uphill battle, an uphill climb. And really, it's just about that work is happening, but just the pearl hasn't formed yet. And it's about you being patient and humble and staying consistent in order for you to really form this beautiful pearl, in order for you to really see the magic through to the end, to see your success, to reap the rewards at the end, you know. And as far as like what your shadow self wants you to know is that they see you, they see your potential, they see your beauty and your grace. And while outside people may not always value and see you until the very end, until you've gotten to the top of the mountain and you've gotten that success, you know, your shadow self is right here saying like, yo, I see you right now, I see you from the grain of sand inside. I know that what that grain of sand can become, versus like somebody on the outside who has no clue, just sees a grain of sand. You know what I'm saying? So your shadow self definitely has so much love and guidance and protection for you. And being that this is a number 44 here, I do feel like this is the master number of you building that foundation and making sure that the bones of your dream life, of whatever this is, that you are working towards is strong and strengthened, and you know, nothing can shake it, whatever comes your way, because you're down here in the grind of it all, if that makes sense, and in the nitty gritty, and you're building it up from the bottom up, and you know, you're building up that character, versus like if you were just handed it on a silver platter and it was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, if something were to happen in that case, you wouldn't even know where to begin, because you weren't prepared from the beginning. You know what I mean? And not to say that only success can come from hard work and obstacles and hardship and things like that. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is your shadow self is just getting you really comfortable with the uncomfortable, getting you really comfortable with seeing why you have to go through certain things and what makes it such a magical time to be in the depths of this darkness, to be in the depths of this discomfort, and in the depths of the night. And I feel like what's really cool about your card spread here is that there's a lot of dark here, and being really comfortable in the dark and getting really comfortable in the dark in order to see just how bright and shiny you are. You know, look at how like illuminated this pearl is when the darkness surrounds it. Look at how illuminated the moon is when the darkness is surrounding it. Same with the panther, you know, seeing just how illuminated and bright its eyes are in the darkness around its, you know, black body, and in the darkness of the forest, the jungle, excuse me. And like, there's even a moon up here peering out, you know. I feel like this is about you becoming really full and releasing things that are no longer for you anymore. Releasing the things that are not serving you anymore. And that can be ideals. Ideals? That came out funny. Releasing ideals about the way that you accomplish things, about the way that you move forward in things, about the way that you see things. This can be releasing old habits. This can be releasing thought patterns, behaviors. This can be releasing the way you talk to yourself, especially with this mirror magic card coming up here. Lunar light, past lives, spectrum, self-care. Really seeing yourself and your value for what it is, because I feel like in a past life, your shadow self is telling you like, hey, you might not feel like it now in this life, but in a past life, you were royalty. You were regal and incredibly held in high regard with your stature. And you might not feel like it now, today, in this lifetime, but you need to look in the mirror and start talking to yourself that way, and start recognizing your soul for that. Because guess what? Your soul has memory. And as you pick up the pace with your shadow work and you do this and integrate these things, you can start to tap into those past lives and those spectrums, and like do those time jumps and bring it forward. I feel like that's really going to help you propel yourself to where you want to go and find the success that you are looking for. And this can be applied to anything, whether it's success in your career, success in your school, success in something you're, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve here. It could be love, you know. So let's go ahead and draw more tarot to get more of what your shadow self wants you to know. Okay, what does pile one's shadow self want them to know? The Tower reversed. Three of Cups. Nine of Hedgehogs. This is just the Nine of Pentacles in this deck. Temptation, or the Devil. one, 10 of Spears, or the 10 of Swords in this deck. Back is the 2 of Hedgehogs, or the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Pile 1. It feels like you have definitely been taken for a run around the mill, and I can definitely feel like you clamming up, you know, like an oyster, because you've been through a lot with this Tower card in the reverse. You know, something might have definitely come and shaken your world upside down out of nowhere, and this could have been something like you've lost a job, you've lost an opportunity. For some of you, I'm hearing divorce, and others of you, I'm hearing heartbreak. And divorce could be between your parents, in which your home life was disrupted in a major way. And others of you, this could be within your own relationship, like a breakup of some kind, in which still your life was changed in a major way as well. And so take what resonates. And I do feel like there's a multitude of people that this is going to apply to, so that's why I'm hearing two different things. Okay. But definitely some of you need to recognize that you have a lot going for you. You know, despite all of this turmoil that has happened and shaken your world up, it's definitely helped you level up in some way, whether you realize it or not. And I think for some of you, you're starting to recognize that this had to happen for a reason, and that it's happening for you and not to you. You know, you did nothing wrong to deserve it by any means, but this had to happen for a reason, and it's not necessarily even having to do with you personally. You know what I mean? Although it may feel that way. And your shadow self definitely wants you to have more balance when it comes to integrating your work and play, your work and sleep. And I'm just getting that with this 2 of Hedgehogs here. It's just prioritizing your energy in the best ways, because I feel like sometimes we can get a little bit carried away when we do achieve something and we reward ourselves a bit for it. You know, like just because we do something really great, we reward ourselves and we tend to overindulge in that. And sometimes that can take us to a little bit of self-sabotage and a little bit of us betraying ourselves in that sense, and taking us further away from the path of success that we need to be on for ourselves. And while I definitely feel it's important for us to celebrate our wins, no matter how big or small, definitely, but just to rein it in a little bit when it comes to certain achievements. You know, don't go overboard. Try to maybe have certain things set for certain achievements versus like going crazy on every single win. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, let's say you are working part-time and also going to school, but you have to scale back your hours at your job to study extra for your final in order to pass, right? In order to get a good grade. And so you do that. And so because you do that, you make less money that week, okay? But you ace your freaking exam. Incredible, freaking awesome. That was your goal, to ace the exam. You did exactly what you came to do. Absolutely phenomenal. In fact, you aced all your fucking exams, okay? Not even just one, but all of them, okay? And you're ending the semester all A's. You did amazing. You're a badass bitch, and that's freaking awesome. But to celebrate, you go and blow all your money shopping or celebrating and partying, or both, you know? And so that puts you in a little bit of a topsy-turvy thing, which is great. You celebrated yourself, you celebrated your win, but it was just a little overindulgent because now you're kind of putting yourself in a hole financially with your job, right? With not just with your job, but just with your finances in general. Instead, a better way would be to probably have a set amount for you to spend to celebrate your wins and go back to work. Say you have, you know, a better week at work, working more because you no longer have classes anymore. Your check goes up more. Put more towards a fund that you can use to celebrate, and there you go. You know, it's not so crazy indulgent. It's more of a mindful use of your funding, more mindful and more disciplined. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Disciplined is the word we are looking for here. And so, though it's so tempting to be like, or even a diet is a good way to look at it. I'm just hearing diet is a good example. Like, say you had a really great day or week of, let's say day, okay, because that's probably the easiest way to look at it, of eating, and you did a workout, and then like it's time to, you know, it's nighttime, and then you decide, okay, I did really good today, I ate really well, and tonight I'm going to have freaking chocolate cake and ice cream and drizzle that caramel, you know what I mean? And you just kind of undid everything you did for the day, and you do that consistently. And sometimes that can undo the work that you've been doing. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, you guys, before I get carried away with examples, your shadow self is definitely saying there is a sense of self-sabotage going on here, and we need to rein it in a little bit because, you know, despite the hardship that we had here with this tower moment, with that crazy chaos that came to shake us up, and we've been on the right track, headed towards success despite that, right? Despite the hardship, and we're saying, you know what, I've been on this momentum of doing great despite all of this hardship. Like, I'm gonna reward myself. Yes, by all means reward yourself, but definitely be mindful of how much you're rewarding yourself, and don't go overboard on it, because it does feel like we're going into a little bit of self-sabotage mode. We need to be mindful of the balance that's taking place in order for us to keep on the track of success, so that we can stay focused on the bigger picture here. You know, there's a lot of obstacles that you've had to overcome to get here. We don't want to take 2 steps forwards and then 3 steps backwards. You know, it just doesn't feel like something that you want to be doing, pile one. So, of course, I don't want to tell you how to live your life. You're totally free to do as you wish. But yes, let's go ahead and finish you off with some self-care cards. One sec. Okay, pile 1, self-care advice from your shadow self. Self-care advice for pile 1 from their shadow self. Whoa. We have 14, connect with your ancestors, definitely. And like I said, pile 1, I feel like you guys definitely have some connection to a panther of some sort. So you might want to look into connecting with your spirit animals as well. Oh, we also have 33, make a vision board. This might help you definitely when it comes, I'm hearing check it off, check it off. So if you already have a vision board too, don't forget to check them off as you go, you know, because I feel like you're already achieving so much. Ooh. We also have 5, beauty ritual. Definitely doing some self-care. Your shadow self wants you to do stuff that makes you feel good also, like things that make you feel good on the outside and the inside. Nourish your body, nourish your temple. Kind of what I'm hearing. And then lastly, we have 23, family. Definitely connecting with your ancestors and your family members here as well. Not just blood family, okay, but also your chosen family. Okay, you're back at the deck with 7, burning bowl ritual. I love this. And you guys, like I said, are releasing a lot of things. And so a great way to do so is doing a burning bowl ritual. Do it safely, please, in a fire safe bowl or a pot, you know, cauldron even. And so please practice safe fire burning type things and just be careful. And yeah, I absolutely love this for you guys. I hope that your shadow self came through for you in ways that helped you really see that this hardship was helping, or these hardships for some of you are multiple, are really helping you to grow and expand and achieve all the success that you're trying to achieve. Because damn, you guys are badasses. Pile one, no joke. I'm just really curious. Queen of Teacups, wow, beautiful. You guys are seriously achieving so much and going after things that are truly connected to your heart and your soul's desires and just all the things. So definitely don't run away from these shadow aspects of you. Embrace it and allow it to make you that much stronger. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful and eye-opening for you guys. And if you guys did enjoy it, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment a hot dog emoji down below so I know you're from pile one. Let me know how you guys enjoyed this reading. I love talking story with you in the comment section and getting to know you guys. I would love it if you guys subscribed and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I'll also be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. And of course, my special tiers, you guys got a personal 2-card reading every single month. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I just love you guys for being here. So thank you, thank you. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you're watching this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. What's up, how to? If you chose this Chinese takeout box, welcome to your reading. I'm going to put it right here. Hopefully you can still see that. And we're just going to jump right on in, okay? So this card here represents your shadow self, and then these other 2 cards are what your shadow self wants you to know. And of course, we're going to draw more cards from tarot to see what they want you to know, what your shadow self wants you to know. And so we're just going to dive in, okay? We have number 53. This is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful card. Pile 2. This is called Sun's Splendor. I won't butcher the language there, but this is absolutely stunning. Beautiful energy. Pile 2. You also have number 13. Mugwort Dreams, Rhythm, Higher Self, Reality, and Rest, which I love. And then we have Illumination. Wow. So this card is literally the card that kept coming out when I was shuffling this deck to see what I should do a reading on. And you guys got it. Honestly, this is incredible. And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys had a lot of interesting messages come through from your shadow self. Because I already feel like there's a lot coming through right now. So hold on. Some of you guys might be dancers because I'm hearing Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer right now. So that might be a significant song for somebody. I'm hearing that. I'm not sure why it's coming through, but that's what I'm hearing. It also is very like, I'm hearing the Britney Spears Elton John version. So that is the one that it just really makes me feel calm and like chill and just, I love that song. So I do associate that with chill vibes. For a lot of you, I feel like your shadow self is pretty chill right now, and you guys are not afraid to do the shadow work. I feel like you guys are comfortable in the shadow, and I feel like you guys really enjoy the dark, if that makes sense. Like you understand that you need the dark in order for you to shine. You know what I mean? And I think you're not afraid of that. So props to you guys, pile 2, for sure. I do feel like you guys are highly psychic, and if you're not aware of that or tapped into that just yet, maybe you're just opening up to these gifts now, and you can definitely practice them. It's like a muscle, you know, you practice, but definitely you can tap into that. At the very least, I'm hearing astral projection, and 13 for me is a very lucky number. You guys are very lucky. You guys could be tapping into that lucky girl, lucky guy, lucky person syndrome, and being all into that. Those affirmations for sure. I just get a whole different vibe from you guys. I feel like you guys are in the midst of tapping into your magic and unleashing this beast within yourself, and your shadow self is really coming through with this illumination, with this light, with this like solar light, not just any light, but this solar light. And we are all solar powered in that way, you know, and in the way that we can create, and we are creators. And I feel like that is what you guys are doing, just tapping into that, and understanding that you are on a pathway to abundance, to fulfillment. And through this, I feel like you guys are definitely people who believe in being kind, who believe in being generous, who believe that kindness and generosity goes a long way. And thus, you know, not that you are that way to expect that you get it in return, but because you are that way, you get that in return. You know what I'm saying? Like, people might always be like a little bit jealous of your energy, because they're like, oh, how come so and so gets everything they want, or like, you know, why is it always working out for them, you know? But it's because of your demeanor and of your spirit and of your heart, and how kind you are, genuinely kind and generous that you are, and giving and loving that you are, that you create these miracles of abundance around you and for yourself. And I feel like it really flourishes in the most beautiful way, and people envy that, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? For some of you, I really feel like 13 is a huge number for you guys. You might be born on the 13th. It just could mean something for you guys. Even you might be a life path 4 or life path 1 or 3, something like that. I just feel really drawn to that number for some reason. But yes, definitely a lot of like infinite cycles of like you repeating things. And not to say that you haven't dealt with a lot of hardships, because I am seeing a lot of things that you've had to overcome and get to where you are, in order to be even seeing a little bit of, you know, abundance and luck and things like that. Not to say that you're ungrateful for where you are or anything like that, but definitely you guys, for some of you guys, you might be like, I don't really feel like I'm the most abundant, and you know what I mean, like, but for some of you it's just the beginning. It's just a little taste, you know. And for some of you, you might be like rolling your eyes like, well, girl, I don't even feel the taste yet. But it's coming, okay? This is just like an illumination, a highlight for you to see like the things that are yet to come from your shadow self. And I feel like your shadow self really wants to reiterate here that the dreams that you are having about the life that you want, the life that you envision for yourself, this miracle life, you guys might be my pile who hears a million dreams come through a lot. Channeling for you from The Greatest Showman, because I'm hearing it now. But definitely hearing that song, and how you guys can tap into that magical life and really believe that it's coming for you, really believe that it's happening for you, really believe that you can transcend and make these things happen, and bring it to reality. Because I feel like your shadow self is just illuminating that, and just reminding you to stay grateful, stay humble, stay kind, stay generous, despite the things that have been thrown your way lately, especially, and feeling like, you know, things are hard, things are shitty lately, you know. Trust in that things will get better. Trust that these dark times or these hardships are the illumination to the things that are to come, you know. I just really do feel like there are things that have yet to be shown or shed light on, if you will, and the sun is going to rise and just illuminate everything for you to see, that you're going to be blessed with, that you're going to be flourished with. And your shadow self is like, trust you've been doing the work, trust that you've been doing this, trust that you've been regenerating, trust that you've been doing the action and putting into the action, stepping into your power. Because I do feel like you guys have been doing a lot lately, and I'm just really called too that this dragon on your your Chinese takeout box here, I feel like that is you guys embodying that energy, this mythical dragon stepping into your power and really taking that energy back and trusting and seeing in your true self. You know, there's another card deck that I use, the Animal Spirit deck, which I don't have it near me right now. Otherwise, I would grab it and show it to you. But it talks a lot about, you know, opening up that that third eye and tapping into your intuition and being really connected there, and also just self-realization. So why did I say that weird? Self-realization and really seeing yourself for who you are, stepping into your power and doing all of those incredible things. You know, I feel like that's happening for you, Pile 2. Really starting to enjoy your life, enjoy the things that are coming for you. So let's just see what else is coming through from your your shadow self. I feel like your shadow self is definitely like, we're best friends because you come and sit with me all the time and you're not afraid to do the shadow work. There's a rhythm between you and I, and we work on things all the time. We have the Three of Hedgehogs, or the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you definitely collaborate with your your shadow self all the time. And you're not afraid to work with your shadow self, to integrate things from your shadow self. Two of Hedgehogs, or Two of Pentacles reversed. Did that flip? I think I forgot to flip that back, so. Okay. This pile 2's, we have the Eight of Spears, or the Eight of Swords reversed. Does pile 2's shadow self want them to know? What does pile 2's shadow self want them to know? The Nine of Hedgehogs, or the Nine of Pentacles. One more. What does pile 2 shadow self want them to know? Oops, I forgot to turn this back. Queen of Flowers, or the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Okay, in the back of your deck, we have the Knight of Teacups reversed. Okay, pile 2. So I had to take a little breather. We are looking at what your shadow self wants you to know. This is absolutely incredible. Before I get to the good stuff, let's address what's coming through, not negatively, but just maybe not as great. Okay, it feels like, as far as like the great abundance and generosity and kindness that you have going for you, which is incredible, right? There's a little bit of heaviness in your shadow self, in your shadow aspect, that really needs to be kind of worked through here. It needs to be illuminated and brought to the light. And I'm getting that with this Knight of Teacups here at the back of your deck, in which we're taking on quite a bit here with the Two of Hedgehogs, which is the Two of Pentacles in this deck, and then the Eight of Spears, which is the Eight of Swords reversed. I feel like this has a lot to do with you not really vocalizing what it is that you're taking on too much of. Maybe you are taking on a lot on your plate and not saying no, not setting up proper boundaries. And when things fall to the wayside, or fall to crap, or don't go the way that you had planned, maybe, you know, you deem them as failures, things like that, or just, you know, it didn't work out the way that you had hoped, right? It kind of feels like you don't put that, you kind of look outside for the blame. You know, you look outside for, okay, well, it didn't happen because of XYZ, because of this. When in reality, your shadow self really wants you to start to take accountability for the things that you took responsibility for in the first place. When you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it because you know, you keep your word, something like that. Now, to that extent, it also feels like, you know, I don't want to go as far to say as like making excuses for why things didn't work out, because um, it just doesn't feel quite that way, but it could be, so take it if that resonates. But I do want to say that your shadow self is coming through to kind of give you a little bit of tough love here. That's kind of what it feels like in like, for me, it feels that way. Like, it feels like, whoa, okay, like I gotta get really real with myself, really honest with myself, and look within for the answers. And I'm just gonna really take a peek. Oh yeah, the Hermit reverse, and then the Three of Spears or the Three of Swords reverse. So like, really just looking within yourself for the answers as to why maybe something didn't work out. Self-sabotage could be something that you relate to. I'm actually going to drop a link to Celtic Fairy Tarot's self-sabotage reading down below. I think you could really benefit from taking a look at that. So if you feel called to take a look at that reading as well, please go ahead and take a listen. I absolutely love Alyssa's readings. She's absolutely incredible and magical, so insightful, and I do feel like you could benefit from that as well. But with the Knight of Teacups, it's kind of this feeling of looking outside for reasons why things didn't work out, reasons why you feel unhappy, reasons why you feel disconnected in your heart space, and why things are falling apart when you are planning poorly or taking on too much on your plate, when that should be something that is on yourself. And I mean that with the most love, and you know, I'm trying to say that with the most love and everything, because that's kind of what's coming across from your shadow self. They're illuminating the dark spots because you, like I said, it feels like you're very comfortable with being in your shadow aspect. You're very comfortable with doing that shadow work and being in the nitty-gritty of it and highlighting those aspects, because you understand that without shadow there is no light, and you feel like right now you're in your solar power. You're in this incredible time of abundance and flourishing and just beautiful. Look at this sun splendor. Like, that's what you're coming into right now. And so I really love how you have this 53 is 8, and then you have another 8 here. So it's like a lot of cycles that you've had to go through in order to get to this place, you know? And I feel like a lot of people may look to you for guidance, may look to you for inspiration, and see you as a light, you know, in their life. And so definitely beautiful energy pile too. So also it's the Three of Pentacles here, Three of Hedgehogs, and the Nine of Hedgehogs, Queen of Wands. Beautiful energy. Like I said, you're so magical. You're able to really magnetize what it is that you want and manifest what you want towards you into your life. And that's exactly what you're bringing forward. I think that you are manifesting a wish fulfillment here as well. And so it's really about bringing in the people that are looking towards you for guidance, looking towards you for collaboration, looking towards you for, you know, inspiration, and wanting to come together to work with you. And I feel like as long as you are looking at the things that aren't too much for you, aren't on, you know, weighing too much on your plate and taking on too much of a load, and like, don't be afraid to say no because you don't have enough time or energy and things like that. It's not about letting people down. It's about doing what's best for you at this time. It's okay. It's not selfish at all for you to put up those boundaries. It's about protecting your peace. It's about doing what's right for you, and also that's doing right by them, by those people, because if you were to say yes to everybody and then let people down, you know, that's not doing right by anybody in any means, you know. Spreading yourself too thin is not going to benefit anyone in the long run. So think of it that way, and just understand that, you know, the right people are going to understand, and the wrong ones don't deserve your time and energy in the first place. So that's kind of the energy that we're getting here from your shadow self, just understanding, like, to illuminate the dark spaces, illuminating the dark people in your life that don't need to be there, that don't need your time and energy or help or collaboration, even when it comes to this. And you're really getting into the rhythm of your life, the rhythm of the things that you are wanting to go after and achieve, and just create this life of your dreams. And it's really beautiful. Pile 2, I'm excited for you. It's really about enjoying the things that you are trying to create here, enjoying the life that you're creating. And I also noticed, like, the back of your little box here says thank you, and I feel like you're very grateful. Staying grateful, obviously we talked about this as like the key here. Staying grateful when you feel like things might be feeling grim or you're doubting things are not looking so great. Try to look for things to be grateful for, you know, try to show appreciation and things like that. And that's when the spark will come back. That's when the magic is going to come back and you'll really be inspired again. So that is where I'm seeing that happening. And we're going to go into advice and guidance from your shadow self. We're going to get some self-care cards here. Absolutely incredible though. Pile 2, I love this energy. So I'm actually going to take a drink of water because my voice is kind of crazy right now. Okay, back. I definitely feel like you're coming into alignment and really honing in on your throat chakra in order to really express, inspire, show love. I feel like that's a big thing for you guys, pile 2. Advice and guidance from pile 2's shadow self, please. We have 23 family. Grab it. So this could be soul family, chosen family, not just blood, but family coming into your life. Spending time with your loved ones, people that really matter to you, can really be beneficial. This is we have 4, be still. So really allowing yourself to take in the moments, you know, enjoy and take a pause when things feel a little overwhelming and allowing yourself to really just be still. You know what I mean? Just breathe. There's also a breathe card in here, I feel like. Advice and guidance for pile 2. 55, write a gratitude list. What was I telling you about being grateful? Staying grateful is going to be taking you really far and pushing you beyond where you need to go. You also have double 5s here, and the 23 condenses to 5. So I feel like lots of big changes are coming into your life, especially with this big shift of abundance coming through. So definitely being grateful, staying grateful, finding things to be grateful every day is going to be magnetizing and propelling you even further. Number 19, deep breathing. What was I telling you? Deep breathing. There's a breathing card in here, and this is what it is. Deep breathing, be still, and just allowing yourself to take a breath, allowing yourself to not just take a breath, but a deep one. And I think like through those deep breaths and being still, like this is like another way to tell you to like not really meditate, but allowing yourself to really just take it in, allowing yourself to calm yourself, allowing yourself to just, you know, and I think that also clears you out, cleanses you up a bit, and gets you back into alignment, you know, refocuses you as you breathe deeply. When things start to swirl around, when you get too much in your head, just be still and take that deep breath and keep taking those deep breaths until you get back to center. I think that's going to be major for you guys. Pile 2, and then the back of your deck, we have 39, plan a vacation. I feel like this is definitely something coming through, especially with all the abundance coming into your life. I feel like this is going to be crucial. This might be planning a vacation with family, with your chosen family, with your loved ones. That's super exciting, and I'm excited for the things that are unfolding for you, and your shadow self is right here with you, cheering you on, so proud of you, and it's incredible the things that you've been integrating and working on with your shadow self and continue to do so. So that's where I'm going to leave your reading, pile 2. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. If you guys enjoyed this reading, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below I don't know if there's a Chinese takeout box emoji, but if there is, go ahead and comment that. If not, comment a dragon. And let me know how you guys enjoyed this down below. I love talking stories with you in the comment section, getting to know you guys and hearing about your stories in the comments. So I love that. And yeah, also, if you guys want to subscribe, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I'll also be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive pick-up cards, exclusive content, and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. My ancestral tiers over on Patreon also get exclusive 2 card pulls for the month. So thank you guys so much for supporting that, and thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Bye. What's up, pile 3? If you chose the cheeseburger, welcome to your reading. I'm gonna put him right over here. And let's just dive right on into what your shadow self wants you to know. We're gonna go ahead and start off with this card here. This represents your shadow self, and then these represent what your shadow self wants you to know. You got a bonus card also. And of course, we're gonna pull tarot for more on what your shadow self wants you to know. To elaborate, here we have number 7, Saturn. Ooh, I love this. Okay, and then of course we have 31, Florida water, natural form, enchanted potion, red roses, cleansing. And number 9, vervain, everlasting, spellbound, soul alignment, release, protection. And wow, do you see how similar these cards are? I mean, of course they're the same deck, but what I mean is like the hand holding the different flowers. And then we have fulfillment. Okay, so pile 3, wow. Okay, I feel like you guys are definitely in the midst of a lot right now. It's got to be really heavy for you guys. I feel like you guys are just itching for a break. Some of you guys might be in your Saturn return. You might have just finished a Saturn return. I feel like you guys might be in that collective that I've just read for as well. I had another reading that I talked about this not too far back, but as always, these are timeless. So when you find this is when you're meant to see it. And what's really interesting here is like your shadow self is really on the cusp of you coming through with accepting what is, you know. I feel like that's kind of what it is. Like, I think for some of you, you've already come to terms with the things that you're going through, and that it's happening for you and not to you, and just embracing it at this point. And I really feel like you guys are just trying to find the peace through it all, you know, trying to figure out how to navigate these stormy waters and really become the master of the seas, if that makes sense, you know. And I'm called to see, like, I'm just really called to the hands, you know, the hands. So you guys might do a lot of work with your hands. Your hands might be going through a lot lately, and just, you might be expressing a lot through your hands, you know, whether it be the middle finger. Hands by Alanis Morissette might be a song for you guys as well. But I feel like your shadow self is definitely helping you to create more structure in your life, to help you to take back your power where you may have felt powerless, and maybe where you felt like you didn't have a say or have any type of authority in your life. And now this is the time for you to take that back, or find your footing in that area, or areas, if you will. And really start to see where your limitations lie, you know, because that's kind of what Saturn is all about, you know, structure, authority, limitations. And it's about correcting things that maybe were needing correcting, and really testing your endurance during this time. Obviously, you know, like, because there's so much plant and, you know, even fruits. Obviously this is a peach, these are flowers, but what I feel like with the endurance and testing that is that you guys are the crop and being tested through this time, and you're planted into the soil covered with dirt, and then, you know, you have to be sodded, prodded, and then covered with more dirt. And you know, like how they have to, like, kind of, I have blocked them for just so you know. So if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. Correct me how you want, but I'm just giving you the example I'm being shown is like the seed gets covered, and then the soil kind of has to get turned for some reason, or like, you know, what is that thing? Is it called a hoe? Where it like pokes the soil and kind of has to get like churned a little bit, and then they cover it with like fertilizer or whatever, and then water, and then of course the proper sunlight, not too much sunlight, the right amount of wind, and things like that all matters when it comes to creating the perfect crops, right? Whether it be fruits, vegetables, flowers, you know, it all comes into play as to how these things grow properly, right? And I feel like that's kind of what it is. It's the test of your endurance coming up through the soil and growing through all the changes of the weather. And weather isn't perfect. Weather isn't, you know, planned perfectly where we have just the right amount of sun and just the right amount of wind and rain. Sometimes we have storms. Sometimes we have hurricanes blow through, and that shit takes us out. You know, takes our plant life out. And so we have to weather those storms. And I feel like that's the test of your endurance right there, and it's coming through. And I think your shadow self is helping you to create this dynamic of you seeing where your limitations lie, how much you can endure, and just really seeing, helping you to see how much stronger you are than you really realize, is what I'm saying. And I think you're a lot stronger than you think, you know, and your shadow self wants to remind you of this. You know, you have number 7. This is a number about really discovering that, really reflecting on things, really about observation, contemplation, spirituality. It's a divine number at that. And so this is you discovering how divine you are, discovering how incredible you are and magical you are. Number 4, number 9, these are numbers about manifestation, wish fulfillment, fruition, things coming together. 4 is about structure, foundation, manifestation, like I said, and you coming together and culminating all of these things together and really trusting in those things. I'm called to this 6 here at the bottom. It's like a domino looking thing, although I'm sure it actually has deeper meaning than that. But for me, it reminds me of a 6 domino, or just the number 6 in general. But that's a number about really making adjustments, harmony, problem solving. It's the number after 5, which is about conflict, challenges, and you're overcoming those things. So I feel like that's what your shadow self is here to remind you, that with this, is this a sickle? Like, it makes me think of death, you know, and death is about a rebirth. It's about a new beginning. It's about you rising from the ashes and seeing that there is a new part to you, that you're stripping away the parts that don't matter anymore, that are not for you anymore, that don't fit you anymore, and rising up as someone so much stronger, so much wiser, so much more full of wisdom, and downloading things that you didn't even know. Your natural form, you're cleansing yourself exactly with this Florida water. And then spellbound, soul alignment, releasing, protection. This is about you releasing those things that are not for you, coming into alignment of who you are, and fulfilling things that you really want to be fulfilling. So let's draw more tarot to see, get more on what your shadow self wants you to know, because I feel like your group is pretty
wide as far as like what you need to know. Is you need to know that you're a lot stronger than you are, that you're capable of fulfilling all of these things, and you are stripping away so much in order for you to become that much more stronger. I keep staring at my statue because this is supposed to represent me, and I didn't think of that when I picked that up, but someone told me that, and it makes me think of you recognizing how powerful and how beautiful and how magical you are, and recognizing that you don't need someone to tell you that, but you need to recognize that sometimes we need a reminder from somebody, and that somebody right now reminding you is your shadow self. Recognizing that you have a balance of shadow and light within you. You have the One of Hedgehogs, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which is pile threes, Knight of Hedgehogs, or the Knight of Pentacles, pile threes, shadow self, want them to know. Page of Teacups reversed. This pile threes, shadow self, want them to know. Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. This pile three, shadow self, want them to know. The Page of Hedgehogs, or the Page of Pentacles. The back of your deck is the Knight of Spears, or the Knight of Swords. Okay. So pile three. Your shadow self really wants you to know how incredible your transformation has been. Just how capable you are in achieving the things that you've been doing. And despite you getting in your feels, feeling like, you know, things are against you, and you might turn to, you know, your vices when things start to fall apart or feel like things aren't working out for you. But I feel like sometimes when you're not able to see the truth of things, when you're not able to see clearly, and, you know, sometimes we go forward in a haphazard action only. We don't think about our actions, and we only think about, you know, just doing things to do things, and really not taking care of ourselves first. That can really work against us. And I feel like you beat yourself up a little too much when you feel this lack of creativity, when you feel this lack of direction or inspiration, because you feel like you're not doing as much as other people in your life. You're kind of comparing. You might be comparing yourself to other people. You might be looking at outside sources and being like, well, they're doing all of these things and I'm stuck here, or I've tried doing it as they did and it's not working for me the way that it should. And so what is wrong with me? And it kind of feels like you're blaming yourself, like something's wrong with me. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. Clearly because I am not doing as good as they are. And I'm feeling called to share with you not to compare your chapter 2 to someone's chapter 34. And you don't really know the groundwork that those people have laid before you. And you don't know their full journey. You know what I mean? They're only sharing just bits and pieces. And so don't beat yourself up for that. I was in a time when you know, before this, I was in network marketing, believe it or not. And so I tried really hard to emulate this person that I wanted to be like. You know, I wanted to, I admired her. She was incredible and hardworking, and I tried to do all the things that she was doing, but put my own spin on it, obviously. And so, you know, I made sure to buy similar tags, but then obviously put my own personality on it. I made sure that I was doing a similar organized system because it made sense business wise, and obviously it ran smoothly and things like that. But it just was not the same because she had already built her following from like years and years. She had already built her customer base versus me. I was just starting out, so I wasn't, I couldn't expect the same feedback. I couldn't expect the same amount of sales or the same amount of success. But there I was comparing myself. Like, I was doing all the things. I was, what was wrong with me? Something's wrong with me, and I kept saying that. I kept saying, like, I'm doing something wrong. Something's wrong with me. I'm not worthy of this. When in reality, she had spent years and years doing something else before that, building a customer base, building relationships with people who have followed her from the get-go. And so they followed her to this business. And so I couldn't compare that, and I didn't know that prior to joining, prior to doing that. And so it was very misleading. And I'm not blaming her or anything like that, but I'm saying, like, I wasn't thinking about that. I was only thinking about, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not seeing the same thing? You know what I mean? And so, same as you guys, just try not to look at, why is the grass greener there when I'm doing the same thing? I'm cultivating the same crop. I'm doing the same thing when you've no clue what the other farmer has been doing for years and years to their land prior to you buying your plot. You know what I'm saying? So try to think about it that way. I know that's kind of a weird analogy, but that's what came up. So I do feel like, though, the hard work that you've been putting in, just keep believing in yourself, keep believing in you, and keep doing the work that you need to be doing without comparing yourself to other people, without getting stuck in that comparison trap. Comparison is literally the thief of joy. And I didn't understand that until I kept doing it, and I stopped doing it, and I got my joy back, honestly. And started working on doing my own thing, focusing on my own lane, staying in my own lane, and doing what I needed to do for me. I'm not saying don't look at other people for inspiration and to draw inspiration from. Of course, do that. That's definitely going to help you go far, and that helps you learn as you go forward as well. But don't compare your journey to theirs, is what I'm saying. Is what your shadow self is saying. It can be detrimental to your growth. Because you actually have so much passion within you, so much strength, so much hard work, so much leadership, and so much of this passion moving forward, as far as like you having what it takes to put in the work and move forward and create something of value, to create something that is going to be steadfast, long in it for the long haul, and bring you a great amount of fulfillment and abundance, and really just planting the right seed and making sure that it grows to its full fulfillment. I feel like that's what it is with this this one of hedgehogs. That's the Ace of Pentacles here, and it's going to be growing to something incredible, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to have this stroke. That was a weird way to say it. You're going to have this stroke of good luck coming through for you, in which you're going to start seeing the movement forward. You're going to start seeing the right people fall into your lap. Everything works out for me. The right eyes are always on me. And that's exactly what's going to happen for you guys. And I think like the right opportunities are just going to attract them towards you in all the best ways, as long as you keep your eyes forward on your own lane and keep doing the work that you need to do for yourself and not compare, like I said. And understand, like, you are transforming. You are in the midst of your transformation, and you are doing things that are coming into alignment for you and your own path. And so this is incredible. Remember to pour back into your own cup, though, because you can't pour from an empty vessel. What's behind this? Temperance. Yes, alignment, definitely coming into alignment and balancing in your own energy for sure. So I absolutely love this for you guys, pile 3. It's incredible energy and just so inspiring, to be honest with you, because you're going through a lot of shit. I mean, a lot, whether it be on a spiritual level, a personal level, love life level, career, school, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be going through it in every single aspect, and all of this is just going to start to slowly, I say slowly because I feel like pentacles are slow and steady, but it's definitely worth it. You know what I mean? It's going to be, when I think about slow and steady and persistent, it's going to be something that's going to be long lasting and not just something that just falls away to the wayside. So it's definitely worth it, you know? So let's close out with these self-care cards, advice and guidance from your shadow self. So, advice and guidance from pile three's shadow self. And just like a cheeseburger, you guys, you have to have like just the right amount of everything in between. You know, you can't have too much ketchup, can't have too much lettuce, can't have too much tomatoes. It has to be just the right amount of layers, you know. We have number, oh my gosh, this is incredible. 13, connect with the earth. Exactly, because what have we been referencing this entire time is like plants and things. So grounding, connecting with nature, I think that's really going to help you to feel a lot more grounded in your energy, not so much in your head, and just back into alignment with your body, you know, back into alignment with your energy. Connect with your womb, number 15. Definitely you working on things in your sacral chakra could be very helpful as well. Doing some womb care. This can also be inner child for me. For some of you guys might be having cramps. So of course we're all inclusive here, but specifically for this, sometimes I get the feeling that my feminines, my females, you guys might be dealing with issues in that region. Connecting with your womb might be something for you guys. Music, definitely sound healing could be very helpful for you as well. Sound healing specifically for your womb. And this can apply to males also, and it doesn't matter, like I said, it doesn't matter what you identify as, but what I'm saying is if you don't have a uterus, if that makes sense. But sound healing can be helpful with you connecting to your mother's womb and where you came from, if that makes sense. And sometimes I can help you get messages from downloads and things like that from your divine feminine energy. Advice and guidance from, here we go, number 18, dance. Definitely. For some reason, I'm seeing you guys dancing in nature, but obviously do what you feel comfortable with, but definitely dancing it out, getting back into your body. I feel like that's going to be very helpful for you guys, and just having fun with it. 30 at the back of your deck, look for fairies. You guys might have a lot of connection to the fae. Specifically, I don't know why I'm hearing 𝐲𝐻𝐻. So you guys might, I'm going to drop that reading for you down below as well from Alyssa, Celtic Fairy Tarot. She has a reading from the 𝐲𝐻𝐻, and I love her so much, you guys. The 𝐲𝐻𝐻 has been my absolute favorite. I don't like to play favorites, but honestly, when I had a reading from her, the 𝐲𝐻𝐻 is what connected me and connected to me, and I've been so connected to them. So I highly recommend, if you feel called to look for fairies, definitely they might be bringing you insight, inspiration, guidance, encouragement, support. I love them so much. You might feel called to leave them offerings when you're out in nature, like a piece of chocolate or something like that, but obviously do what feels comfortable for you guys. And yeah, this is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this brought you insight, and if it did, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below a cheeseburger emoji so I know you're from pile 3. And let me know how you guys like this. Let me know how you guys enjoyed it, what resonated. I love talking stories with you and getting to know you guys in the comment section. And yes, also if you feel called to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I'll also be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. Also, my Thestral family, my Thestral tier, excuse me, on Patreon gets, what am I doing? gets a exclusive 2-card reading every single month. So if you're interested, I'm gonna leave that up there for you as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye. What's up, pile 4? If you chose the milkshake, welcome to your reading. I'm gonna put your milkshake right here. Hopefully you can still see her, and we're gonna jump right on into your reading from your shadow self. And this represents your shadow self and what your shadow self wants you to know. Of course, we're gonna draw more tarot for elaboration and things like that, but we're just gonna dive right on in. So this is number 43. Yeah, 43, the uncreated. Really cool. I'm not sure why I left that there for so long, but I felt like you had to see it. Number 22, drawing down the sun, wildfire, divine masculine, magnificence, witness, and leadership. I love this. All right, pile 4, incredible energy. I feel like your shadow self is just in this energy of potential. You know, you have so much potential, untapped potential. It's a potent time for you to create and conceive and just be in that energy. And I think that it's really about you tapping into that and understanding that you have so much potential within you. And it's about you understanding that you have so much potential within your shadow self if you tap into that energy too, and seeing that. I think that sometimes you might push away your shadow self because you feel like it might be a weakness to tap into that energy or to go there. And I think it feels like your shadow self is inviting you to go deeper and into that untapped potential that you have within your shadow self, to bring it out and really own that power and step into it, you know, and allow it to enhance you, allow it to make you stronger, allow it to make you more powerful and magical, and be this divine masculine. And it doesn't matter what you identify as, it's just energy. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine within us. And what your shadow self is saying here is that as we tap into the divine masculine, we're taking our authority back and we're saying, I'm going to do this, this, this. I'm not saying that feminine energy doesn't do that. It does for sure. But the masculine is going to set these rules and these boundaries and do this, 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 and say, I'm going to make these plans to do this, 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 like the emperor, right? And so it's about you drawing into that and stepping into that and pulling from your shadow self, pulling from the darkness, the parts of yourself that you might push away, and allowing it to enhance your leadership, allowing it to step into your boss bitch energy. You know what I mean? And I think that that's a whole vibe in itself. And because you have 22 as a master number here, I feel like this is about you making peace with yourself and accepting and loving all the parts of yourself and seeing that that's what makes you stronger and beautiful and magical, and seeing that there's a balance in your energy, balance in light and dark, and you know that it doesn't make us less than or doesn't make us bad or anything like that. It's about bringing the shadow aspects and working on it and integrating it into our lives so that we can be a whole, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like you are going to be the uncreated. And what I'm getting at here is like, when I think of that word, I think of like, and I'm saying this with all the love in the world because I'm thinking of X-Men, like mutant energy, and you are the uncreated mutant. You know, that special being that people are like, what is your power? What can you do? You know, what is your abilities? Like, that's what it is here. And like, if you realized, if you notice, you had the milkshake, and out of all of the items, yours is the only one that's like a drink. You know, everybody else was a like a food item. We had a hot dog. We had the Chinese takeout, which was probably, I don't know what's in the box. It's, you can't open it, but it's food in there, right? And then the cheeseburger, and then this is a milkshake. So you are different, you know what I mean? Unique, special, and I love that about you guys. So 43 also condenses to 7. This is a number of divinity. This is a number of discovery, a number of reflection, assessing, and contemplating spirituality, observing and seeing yourself for who you are, and just allowing that to come to the surface and seeing how magical and divine you are. And I think that your shadow self wants you to see just how special and unique you are. And I think that, like, this is just a portal to who you are and who you've been in every single lifetime, and you bringing that to this lifetime, you know, tapping into that energy here. So let's go ahead and draw more tarot to get information here, because this feels like it can literally be so many things from your shadow self, like what you need to tap into, wanting you to step into your power and bring it forward. So what does pile 4 shadow self want them to know? What does pile 4's shadow self want them to know? We have the sun. What does pile 4 shadow self want them to know? The 6 of hedgehogs, or the 6 of pentacles. Oh, temptation, or the devil. What does pile 4's shadow self want them to know, please? 1 of hedgehogs, or the ace of pentacles. What does pile 4 shadow self want them to know? The 10 of spears. Back of your deck is the 8 of hedgehogs, or the 8 of pentacles. Okay. Okay, pile 4. Your shadow self wants you to know that you have a lot going for you. Though it may not feel like it right now, I think that you need to really understand that okay, pile 4, your shadow self really wants you to know that you have the potential to really unfold the most happiness you've ever seen in your life. And I feel like it's just about tapping into that untapped part of you, tapping into your shadow aspect, tapping into the part of you that is just hasn't been tapped into, you know, the unconceived, the part of you that hasn't been touched yet. And I didn't mean for that to sound dirty if it did, so I apologize. But what I'm saying here is really stepping into your power and seeing that you hold the key to unlocking things beyond this portal, beyond the uncreated, and you hold all the answers within yourself. And to be honest with you, you're your own worst enemy. I feel like it's about you getting real with yourself and stepping into this energy of leadership, stepping into this energy of being a go-getter, and seeing that if you want that, you have to go get it. I'm just hearing 7 Rings by Ariana Grande. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. 2 of Wands, yeah, 2 of Flowers. So this is just about you planning and making sure to stick to that plan, and making plans for those things, and being really mindful of your energy, 4 of Hedgehogs, and where you spend it. Because sometimes we might think we're doing something that is beneficial to us, but it's really not. You know, it just feels like we're busy, but we're really not doing anything that's really productive. You know, so getting really real with yourself as far as like, what am I doing? Is it for my benefit, or is it because it feels good? And with this, the devil here in the center, I feel like this
is just about you being really honest with yourself as far as like, okay, is this task that I'm doing really going to be pushing me or propelling me forward, or is it just something to fill a time gap? And that in the long run can be something that ends up being a detriment to yourself and what it is that you want in order for you to create your happiness, in order for you to step into your power, in order for you to take this leadership, and for you as a leader to lead by example. If people are seeing you do certain things, they're going to follow in your footsteps, and ultimately that might end up leading to betrayal, leading to feeling like betrayal. You're like, oh, these people are not, doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I'm, whether it doesn't matter what it is that you apply this to, whether it be you're a team player at school or you're a role, let's say you're the captain at school or whatever in a project, and you're heading that team, and you are not necessarily doing things that are moving the team forward, but the rest of the team follows your lead. And it feels like, well, why isn't everybody doing what they are supposed to be doing? Because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And same thing applies to, like, if you are in a job, right? Let's say you are the head supervisor of something, a project at your work. The rest of your team is going to follow your example, follow your lead. And, if the project doesn't get done to the best of what it's supposed to be, who does it fall to? It falls to you. And so it's really about you stepping into that role and understanding, like, you have to take responsibility and let go of bad behaviors, let go of bad habits, and getting real with yourself, planning properly, and really doing the work that needs to be done, and having more structure in your life, and being more honest about what it is that you are doing with your time and your energy. And I feel like also being generous with the things that you are doing. As a leader, it's not all about, you must do this or you must be that. It's not a dictatorship, right? It's a team effort, and it's about having some kindness and some grace and love in your heart moving forward, and being generous with other people who are helping you to achieve the same goal. And people are going to want to work and help that type of leader who is kind and who is generous and who is mindful of those things and considerate. And so I think ultimately, as you do that and move forward in that way, you're going to have a team that's very cohesive and very, much wanting to help you to finish things out, wanting to be eager and being like, okay, I finished this task. What else can I help you with? And if you're that way with them, they're going to be that way with you. And again, stepping into that leadership role, tapping into the uncreated, and figuring out a way to be innovative in whatever this can apply to you. Whether it be, like I said, a school thing, whether it be a career thing, whether it be, this could even be a love relationship that this applies to, figuring out a way to make your relationship work that is beneficial for the both of you, in which you are stepping into this role of, okay, if I want my partner to show up in this way, I need to make sure that I'm showing up in this way for them, what works for them. And if I need them to show up for me in a way that works for me, I need to ensure that I'm doing the same for them. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, that's going to lead to something that's going to be abundant, sprouting something that's going to be abundant and long lasting with this one of hedgehogs here. Having this idea, having this thing, this opportunity being presented to you that's going to be lasting you for much, a long time to come, and really be an abundant one at that. And so bringing you a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of generosity, and a lot of, people giving, and, it's a reciprocation. Is that a word? But it's like, as much as you give to others, they're going to give to you even more. I feel like that is what the energy is coming through here. And I just feel like it's you stepping into that untapped potential, and you getting into that deep part of you and understanding, okay, I need to get real with myself and see, like, where can I let go of certain things? Where can I tap into this
fiery aspect and take action and show my potential and tap into my leadership and let go of the things that are not serving me anymore. Let go of the laziness, let go of the things that are, I think, are being productive and helpful, but they're really not. You know what I mean? And I feel like your shadow self is like, look, you've been doing a lot of great things. It's just about you being more honest with yourself and more real with yourself, being, look at revealing the truth and no longer being hidden by the illusion with the moon in reverse behind that, and just being mindful of where you put your energy to and how you spend it. So let's finish off with these self-care cards, advice and guidance from your shadow self. It's like being more mindful of how you spend your time. Like, I would fill my days with tasks, but like, and feel like I was busy and doing all these things, but it really wasn't moving me forward in my life. And so I had to get really real with myself and write things down. Like, what am I doing? Like, what do I need to get done? And what am I actually doing? And so sometimes it takes that little bit of accountability to get real with yourself, you know? I feel like your shadow self has a little bit of tough love for you, and it's really loving. I love it. We have number 11, connect with crystals. I love this, and I feel like Jasper is coming through for you guys. I think Jasper is really going to be helpful in terms of you guys getting some work done. I don't know if it's Bumblebee Jasper. I might be wrong. I'll pop it on the screen if I remember, but connecting with crystals to help you focus, to help you connect, to help you tap into your potential and really get into that energy. You know, I love working with crystals, as you can tell. Advice and guidance from pile 4's shadow self. Oh, okay. We're going to take this one. We have number 9, clean your space. That can definitely be really helpful as well. And it's about, you know, sometimes we allow things to pile up because we get, like we said, we get busy. But definitely cleaning out your space can help you to tap into that feeling like, okay, I can do things now. I feel like a breath of fresh air, and like let's go, you know, it's go time. And it also gets rid of stagnant energy in your room or in your spaces, you know. We also have connect with fire, number 12. So I'm not surprised that's showing up, especially since you have this drawing down the sun, fiery energy. So connect with fire, just do it safely. I ask that you do it safely, but you might be able to like scry with a candle, like candle magic, that kind of thing. But yeah, connecting with fire, doing some kind of fire magic, flame magic, something like that. But again, do it safely. Be careful. And lastly, we have 18, dance. For sure, get into your body. Sometimes moving your body around and dancing out can definitely get you out of your head and back into your body and feeling more grounded, feeling more in your energy and more in alignment with your chakras and things like that. Back of your deck, we have 10, clear your energy field. Definitely a lot coming through about clearing out your space and your energy. So I love this for you guys. Pile 4. That is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here with me, and I hope that this reading brought you clarity and guidance and all the things that you needed to hear from your shadow self. And yes, thank you so much for being here. And if you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below a milkshake emoji so I know you're from pile 4. And yeah, I love hearing from you in the comment section. Let me know how it resonated, sharing your stories. I love talking story with you down there, getting to know you guys and all the things. So if you're not subscribed already, I would love it if you do subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I'll also be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. And my Thestral tiers get a 2-card pull every single month, so if you're interested in that, I would love to see you there. Thank you so much for your support. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.